Hello YouTube, it's Rob, Maxwells Grass Cutting Services based in the northeast of England. I hope everybody is well and having a really good day. Today's video, cutting some long damp grass, not damp on top but damp underneath. And this lawn is a fortnightly cut. However, I missed a week, so it's got 3 weeks growth. And as you can see, it's far too long. But with the summer conditions we're having this year, so much rain, so much warm temperatures, the grass is just getting away from us. And I was due to cut this last week, went out at the end of August, but the heavens opened and it was so bad I just couldn't get onto the lawn. So I just had to put it back a week. And you know what? These things are sent to testers, but it's putting the Honda HRX 537 to its... putting it through its paces. Now, I've got it on probably one of the highest settings, and as you can see, it's doing it, it's doing canny. But what I'll do is, I'll cut the lawn, strim it. I know people don't like that, do they? They like me to strim it first, but it's just a habit I've got into. So I'll strim it, then I'll cut it again. I probably might even give it a third cut. But you know what? Normally, when you get to the end of August, you can cut a lawn like this and only take off one bag of clippings. Now this video has been edited, so you won't see me at the end of each run, but I bet I've took 5 or 6 bags off. The wheelie bin was absolutely chocker after this, and it just makes life a little bit harder. Normally, us mow, blow and go guys, when we get to August, we like to have a nice canny month. It's mow the lawn, trim it, leaf blow it, give it a second cut, make it look pretty, and off you go. But not this year. Goodness me, the rain's made it, I won't say challenging, but it's just, it's had a bit of a challenge because of the scheduling, because you can't get work done because everything's soaking, and then it's making everything grow sort of at least double what it should. But hey, it's life as a gardener in the UK, isn't it? We shouldn't moan. I tell you what it does do. It makes you realise which customers are really nice. Because when you message one and say, I'm really sorry, I won't be with you this week. The weather's got the better of me. Do apologise. I'll see you next week. And the nice ones, no problem, Rob. See you next week. Totally understand. The not so nice ones just don't answer and you just turn back up next week and get it cracked. So it teaches you who are the kind people on your books. That's one thing it does. And another thing it does, it makes you don't take the weather for granted. Last year we had a really hot summer in the northeast. We didn't lose any cuts. I know people down south did, but we were close to losing a few cuts. But we didn't, and we cracked on, thankfully. But don't take the weather for granted. Now, this Honda here, it's making light work of this lawn. But one thing I have done, I gave the blades a really good sharpen recently. And that was because I watched a video on RJL Garden Services, Rob. He does a video on how to sharpen his blades. My goodness me, they're like survival knives. Honestly, you could skin a rabbit with his blades. But it did motivate me, and it made me realise it's been a while since I've cut my own, sharpened my own blades. And the season just gets away with you, and it's something I need to be more mindful of, is keeping an eye on the oil, keeping an eye on the air filter, sharpening the blades, and, maintaining your kit, because if you look after your kit, it'll look after you. So thanks very much, Rob, for that motivating video on sharpening blades. Yeah. Another thing this video will tell you is, if anybody wants you to do monthly cuts, don't do it. We don't do monthly cuts. Weekly are perfect, but people don't like to spend the money on that, I find. Most are fortnightly, and you can get away fortnightly. This year's been a bit of a challenge. But if anybody says they only want a monthly cut, really sorry, it's not something that we do. I don't do it. I used to when I first started. I used to take every bit of work I could get, but now I am mindful that it just puts the stress under the machine's under so much stress. You're not doing a good job. It takes twice as long, and it's just not for me. So it's fortnightly cuts only. Now, this video was recorded towards the end of August, and we've had an awful August weather-wise. However, watching Countryfile, the weather forecast, it tells me that September is going to be absolutely beautiful. The sun's going to shine and we're going to have a lovely September. So fingers crossed, you know, we'll have a nice September and we can get some work done. And if we have a bit of a lack of rain, the green gold will slow down and we can just filter into the end of the season quite nicely. Also, to stop the wife putting the heating on as well. That's another bonus, isn't it? Because you know what they're like. As soon as it gets the dark nights in, temperatures drop a little bit, the bloody heating goes on. So fingers crossed we'll save a few quid on the gas and electric as well. But yes, so what I'm doing now is just trimming the edges with my favourite strimmer. I think that's the FS70. Lovely bit of kit. I think it's that. Can't see for looking, but there you go. And then give it a quick leaf blow and then I'll mow it again, and it should look a lot nicer than it did when I first came in. But this season, we're coming to the end of the season, and I tell you what, it's been a hard season for me personally. I think I've just reached 55, getting a little bit older, probably took a little bit too much work on, need to manage me schedule a little bit more. And because you lose the odd day through the rain, you then add in more jobs on the day you're working, and it just makes life a little bit tougher. So my note to self next year is manage my schedule a little bit better and be mindful of the jobs I take on. I'm not saying take easy jobs on, but what I am saying is try and pick and choose, cherry pick quality work, not just taking on any old work. But yeah, that's probably what I've learnt this year, as well as keep my blades sharp and keep an eye on me equipment and just keep plodding on. But fingers crossed, we have a lovely September and we can drift into the end of the season quite nicely, not lose any more days. And who knows, if we have a bit of an Indian summer, the green gold might start growing into November, and then you pinch another cut, don't you? Which is nice. I know not all customers like it. Some customers will say, no, I'm fine, that'll do till next year, which, you know what, as I've got older, I just accept it. But some customers will say, oh no, keep coming, Rob, it's still growing. And they're the ones you've got to keep hold of, definitely. And I don't know if you can see in the camera now, it's starting to rain again. It's relentless. It's relentless. It was forecast for a shower this afternoon, but thus far have been safe. I don't think I brought my waterproof with me, so I'm gutted. So it looks like I'm just going to have to finish off and get wet. But that's it. That's life, isn't it? We can't grumble. We could be sat in an office, you know, looking at computers all day, being miserable. At least we're outside in the fresh air and getting a little bit of exercise. So when we get in, we feel a bit tired, so we can have a nice cold beer, bit of tea, and just... you know, tell the wife how hard we've had, what a hard day we've had. But anyway, there you go. So that's it from me. I'm about to sign off. If you're still with me, thank you. You've done really well. And if you want to watch the end of the video, just please do. And thanks very much for all the support. Thanks very much for all the comments. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video, okay? You take care. Remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing. It's growing in the northeast and we're set for some sunshine. Fingers crossed. All the best now. See you soon. Take care.